Right here, right now. How ballpoint pens change the way we write. Ballpoint pens are everywhere. We use them daily to write notes, draw, or sign documents. But did you know these reliable pens have an interesting history? The ballpoint pen story began in the late 19th century in the U.S. At the time, John Loud, an American inventor, invented the original model for a ballpoint pen. It came with a tiny ball at its tip. This ball rolled as you wrote, spreading ink on the surface. However, Loud's design wasn't suitable for writing on paper. In 1938, Laszlo Biro, a Hungarian-Argentine journalist, had a hard time writing with leaky fountain pens, the most common type of pen at the time. Their thin ink dried slowly and created a mess. Thus, he decided to take matters into his own hands and improve Loud's design. Laszlo realized that regular fountain pen ink wouldn't be practical for the new design. So he went to his brother Georgi, a chemist, for help. Georgi developed a thicker ink, which was similar to printer's ink. This new ink flowed easily and dried quickly, making writing smoother and tidier. It also made the pen usable just about anywhere on Earth. And that's how ballpoint pens were created and revolutionized writing.
Welcome everyone to English for You. I'm Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And today, everyone, we're talking about something you'd probably use every day, but don't really think about it much. Do you think you can guess what I'm talking about?
I love guessing, but give me some clues.
Okay, all right, let's see. All right, well, it's something small, super useful, and you probably have at least one in your bag or on your desk right now.
Is it a phone?
No. Actually, it's even simpler than that. You use it to write or to draw.
Okay, I use it to write or draw, so that's a pen.
Bingo, you got it. That's a pretty easy clue when I said you use it to write or to draw. And everyone, today we are diving into the story of the ballpoint pen. The title of our article is Right Here, Right Now, How Ballpoint Pens Change the Way We Write.
标题当中的 right here, right now 其实是用一个双关用法。本来的这个片语呢是 RIGHT, right here, right now 代表是此时此地哦。那现在呢，就让我们来开始看看我们今天的文章吧。
All right, well, let's jump right into our article. All right, it starts off by saying, ballpoint pens are everywhere. We use them daily to write notes, draw, or sign documents.
Document 这个名词指的是正式的或是官方的文件，所以课文一开头告诉我们，我们每天都使用它来写笔记、画图或是签署文件。用什么呢？用 ballpoint pens, 也就是原子笔。
Continuing, it says, But did you know these reliable pens have an interesting history? There, everyone, we see the adjective reliable, and it's used to describe someone or something you can trust to do what they should. So an example sentence using reliable, we could say, My brother is reliable and always helps me when I need it. Or, This watch is very reliable and never stops working.
Reliable 是个形容词，代表可靠的或是性能稳定的，所以它可以用来形容人或物品都是可以的。所以刚刚的第一个例句形容 brother 是 reliable， 那第二个例句形容的是 watch， 手表这个东西是 reliable。所以课文这边说到，但你知道吗？这些可靠的笔背后都有着一段有趣的历史哦。
So let's go back and find out how these ballpoint pens changed the way we write. The ballpoint pen story begins in the late 19th century in the U.S.
原子笔的历史呢，可以追溯到19世纪末的美国。
At the time, John Loud, an American inventor, invented the original model for a ballpoint pen. Everyone, there we see the phrase at the time. And that means at a specific point in the past or during a particular period. We also see the verb invent, which is to create or design something that has not existed before. So an easy example using this verb, we could say, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, changing the way people lived. Now we see the noun inventor, which is a person who creates or designs something new. So an example using that noun, we could say, Alexander Graham Bell was the inventor known for creating the telephone.
所以 invent 是动词发明创造，那字尾加上 or 就变成 inventor， 也就是名词发明者或是发明家。所以刚刚呢例句里面提到的有发明灯泡的爱迪生啦，还有发明电话的贝尔，那他们发明出来的发明物就是 invention， 好，可以用到这个名词。那刚刚还有一个片语有提到的是 at the time， 指的是当时。好啦，那接下来还有一个形容词也非常重要，这个形容词是 original。
All right, so there we see original. Original is existing at the beginning, the first or earliest version of something. So an example using original, we could say, the original design of the telephone was quite different from the ones we use today.
Original 形容词原先的最初的，所以课文说到在那个时候，当时一位美国发明家 John Loud 他就发明了原子笔的原型设计。
All right, well, let's keep diving into this history of the ballpoint pen because I'm pretty excited. Like I said, it's something we use every day and we need it for everyday uses.
Yeah, so what was the original model like?
Well, our article says it came with a tiny ball at its tip. This ball rolled as you wrote, spreading ink on the surface. So there we see the phrase come with something, which is to include or be sold with a particular feature, accessory, or item.
Come with something 那就是附有点点点或是配有点点点。课文说到这款笔的笔尖带有一颗小球，你书写的时候呢，这颗小球就会转动，然后墨水就会分散到表面上。
But wait, everyone, there was a setback at first. Our article tells us, however, Loud's design wasn't suitable for writing on paper.
这个 Loud 的设计呢，其实是不适合在纸上书写的 So it wasn't supposed to be used on the paper.
Yeah, I guess not. So, reading more, digging deeper into this story of pens, we find out, our article says, in 1938, Laszlo Biro, a Hungarian-Argentine journalist, had a hard time writing with leaky fountain pens, the most common type of pen at the time. And there, everyone, we see the adjective leaky, which is allowing liquid or air to pass through a hole or a crack. So an example sentence using that word, we could say, the leaky faucet dripped water all night.
Leaky 就是漏水的，好，所以刚刚用这个 leaky 来形容 faucet， 那就是漏水的水龙头。那另外呢，我们还看到这个名词 journalist， 指的是新闻记者、新闻工作者。所以呢，课文说到在1938年的时候，匈牙利裔阿根廷记者他在使用漏墨的钢笔的时候就觉得非常的困扰。那我们这边说到做某事有困难，不那么顺利，可以怎么样去表示呢？在英文里面我们可以用 have a hard time doing something， 或者是 have trouble, have difficulty， 或是 have problems doing something 都可以。那在我们的课文当中我们用到的是过去式 had a hard time writing.
Right, exactly. So he had a hard time writing. So what is the solution? Well, Elsie, our article says their thin ink dried slowly and created a mess Thus, he decided to take matters into his own hands and improve Loud's design. There, everyone, we see the noun mess, which is a situation that is dirty, untidy, or hard to clean up. So an example sentence using the noun mess, we could say, After dinner, there was a mess on the table with crumbs and spilt juice.
Mess 是个名词，指的是肮脏或是凌乱。所以呢，在脏乱之中，我们可以用 be in a mess 来说。那如果是制造脏乱，那就是搭配动词 make a mess。那制造脏乱之后要清理，清理的话呢，我们就可以用 clear up the mess， 清理脏乱。那接下来呢，还有一个片语是 take matters into one's own hands. What does it mean?
Well, that's a good question. It's to take control of a situation and handle it personally, especially when others are not acting.
那就是某人亲自去处理某件事情。所以说到呢，钢笔的稀薄墨水它干得很慢，总是弄得一团糟，因此他就决定要亲自改良 Loud 的设计。
All right, so Laszlo's like, all right, I've had enough of this fountain pen that keeps dripping onto the paper. I need to come up with a better design and improve Loud's design on the ballpoint pen. So what did he do, everyone? Well, it says Laszlo realized that regular fountain pen ink wouldn't be practical for the new design. And there we see the word practical, which is an adjective. It's capable of being put to use or account, essentially means useful. We also see be practical for verb ing something. So that phrase is to be useful, suitable, or effective for performing a specific activity or purpose. An example using this phrase, we could say, online learning is practical for improving your English skills at home.
Practical 形容词，实用的或是确实可行的，那可以搭配什么字来使用呢？我们可以说 be， 也就是 be 动词，带出 practical for something， 或者是 be practical for doing something， 那就是对点点点来说是实用的，或是对做某事来说是实用的。所以呢 Laszlo 他意识到说，一般钢笔的墨水并不适合新的设计。
So next it says, so he went to his brother Georgie, a chemist, for help. There we see the phrase go to somebody or something, which means to seek help, advice, or information from someone or something.
Go to somebody or something 指的是与点点点讨论。好，那这边还看到一个名词化学家 chemist。所以他找到了自己的弟弟，也就是一位化学家 Georgie， 他找他帮忙。So what did Georgie do?
Well, it says Georgie developed a thicker ink which was similar to printer's ink. This new ink flowed easily and dried quickly, making writing smoother and tidier. There we see the adjective smooth, everyone. And what does that mean? It's even and regular, without sudden stops or starts. So an example sentence, we could say, the driver managed to make the journey smooth despite the heavy traffic.
Smooth 这个形容词呢，指的是动作流畅的，好，或者是呢，表面是光滑的，也可以用它来形容。那相反就会是 rough, R-O-U-G-H 这个形容词指的是粗糙的。那 smooth 字尾加上 ly 就是 smoothly， 它是个副词 go smoothly 进行的很流畅，所以我们可以用来说，比如 The meeting went smoothly with everyone staying on topic and finishing on time。 好，这边就在说呢，会议是进行的很顺利很流畅的。那课文这边说到的是Georgie 他开发了一种叫浓稠的墨水，类似于印刷用的油墨。这种新的墨水呢，流动相当的顺畅，干得很快，那书写就更加流畅跟整洁了。那接下来呢，课文还说到什么呢？
All right, well, jumping back to our article, it says, it also made the pen usable just about anywhere on Earth. And that's how ballpoint pens were created and revolutionized writing. So there we see the phrase just about, which means nearly or almost completely.
Just about 指的是几乎或是差不多。这项改良还让原子笔几乎能在世界任何地方使用哦。那就是因为这样，原子笔诞生了，并彻底改变了书写的方式。所以使彻底改变或是使发生革命性的改变，我们会用 revolutionize 这个动词。那最后我们再看到这个形容词 usable 是可使用的、适用的。前面呢本来是 use 这个动词，去掉字尾的 e 加上 able 组成的形容词，所以当我们看到字尾有 able 出现的时候，那就可以构成形容词，表示可点点点的或是能够点点点的。那现在就到 For You Chat 的部分咯。
All right, everyone, let's dig into our For You Chat question for today. It says, what changes would you like to see in the future design of pens?
For me, I would like to see pens become high-tech.
Oh, yeah, right? Can you give me an example?
For example, it would be wonderful if they if they could connect to our brains and automatically write what we think.
Whoa, so you wouldn't even have to write. It would just write it for you.
Yeah, or we don't even have to hold the pen.
Oh, whoa, like magic, like a Tesla car.
Yes.
You don't even have to drive it. Okay. Well, for me, yeah, I'm in the same way. I would like to see pens that, could write in the air like a 3D printer, or pens that have a built-in screen that actually shows you what you're writing as well. That would be pretty cool, don't you think? What do you guys think? What changes would you like to see in the future for future pens?
同学们喜欢今天的主题吗？你还可以到空中家教和真人老师互动练习哦。那我们就下一集见了，拜拜。
Bye-bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Reliable. This car is much more reliable than my old one. I've had it for 4 years and haven't had to get it repaired once. Invent. The telephone was invented in 1876 by Alexander Graham Bell. The first telephone call was made in Boston, U.S. Original. The new phone lasts 36 hours before it needs a charge. That's 50% longer than the original model. Mess. Ryan's mom is angry because he never tidies his bedroom, so it's always a mess. Practical. In the meeting, the manager asked for practical ways to solve the problem, not crazy ideas. Smooth. The runners pay attention to keeping their movements smooth so that they don't get hurt.
智慧小补帖
Document. Journalist. Chemist. Revolutionize.